I made a terrible decision. I started Netflix I Will Find You at 11 o'clock at night. 3 episodes later, it was 2 a.m. and I was literally forcing myself to shut the laptop because I knew that if I watched one more episode, I'd probably finish the entire series before sunrise. That's the first thing you should know about I Will Find You. It is ridiculously bingeable. The premise is wonderfully simple. David Burroughs is serving a life sentence for murdering his own little son. 5 years later, his former sister-in-law, Rachel, who's an investigative journalist, arrives at the prison with a recent photograph. In the background is a child with a distinctive feature that looks exactly like David's supposedly dead son. If his son is alive, then somebody framed him. And just like that, the story explodes into a prison break, a nationwide manhunt, buried family secrets, corrupt power brokers, hidden identities, and enough twists to make your head spin. The whole time I kept thinking of The Fugitive. It has the same energy, an innocent man on the run, desperately trying to clear his name, while people in positions of power seem determined to stop him. But there is one big difference. The Fugitive always felt grounded. I Will Find You is perfectly happy sacrificing realism if it means keeping the story moving. And honestly, that's both its biggest strength and its biggest weakness. Very quickly, you realize that the story survives on an astonishing number of convenient coincidences. Characters keep turning out to be connected in exactly the right ways. The prison warden just happens to have a personal connection to David's late father. The person who uncovers the crucial clue just happens to be an investigative journalist, and David's former sister-in-law as well. Time and again, the series chooses the most convenient route from one revelation to the next. If you stop to analyze it, you'll probably find yourself saying, "Oh, come on." But the show has a clever trick. It almost never lets you stop. Every episode ends with another revelation, another chase, another secret, another suspect. Before you've had time to question one coincidence, it's already distracted you with the next twist. Watching the series also made me realize what Harlan Coben's storytelling formula really is. He starts with an irresistible what-if premise involving an ordinary person whose life is shattered by an extraordinary event. Then he keeps widening the story, adding conspiracies, hidden identities, long-buried family secrets, powerful people pulling strings, unlikely connections, and increasingly impossible subplots, until you're so caught up trying to solve the mystery that you've stopped worrying about whether any of it could actually happen. It's a formula, but it's an incredibly effective one. Not every twist lands. I guessed a couple of the reveals well before they happened, but then the show would throw in a genuinely surprising revelation that completely pulled me back in. Even when I thought I knew where it was headed, it still managed to catch me off guard every now and then. Sam Worthington is a bit of a mixed bag for me. He certainly looks like a man carrying years of grief and guilt, but there were several moments where I wanted more emotion, more urgency, more desperation. His performance often feels a little too restrained, almost wooden in places, which made it harder for me to connect with David than I expected to. Britt Lower is stronger, bringing intelligence and determination to Rachel, and the supporting cast does a good job of keeping the investigation moving. By the time the finale arrives, the conspiracy has become so elaborate that on paper it borders on ridiculous. But here's the strange thing. I still had a terrific time, because I Will Find You understands something that many thrillers forget. Entertainment isn't always about airtight logic. Sometimes it's about momentum, about making you care enough that you simply have to know what happens next. So here's my verdict. If you're looking for a meticulously constructed mystery where every clue holds up under scrutiny, this probably isn't the series for you. But if you're willing to overlook quite a few, plot conveniences in exchange for a genuinely gripping, fast-paced thriller that constantly tempts you into watching just one more episode, then I Will Find You is absolutely worth adding to your watch list. Just don't make the same mistake I did. Don't start it at 11 o'clock at night. If you've already watched I Will Find You, do let me know in the comments. Did the twists fool you, or did you see them coming? And while you're at it, tell me your favorite mystery series of all time. I'm always looking for my next binge.